second NBA 2K22 cover reveal with my boy Luka. I want to show you the cover. Here you go, sir.
Thank you very much.
Long time coming.
This is amazing.
Sick, right?
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. A moment now to check out some numbers for him.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Miracle Man. Cowboy is out there with Wilson. And there's the Monster. And it's Leonard in at the 2 spot. And for Brooklyn, Scott is out there with Randall. Then there's Irving. Then it's Harden. And it's Griffin in at the 5. Free throw line jump shot. That one doesn't drop. Leonard inside. Guarded by Harden. Leonard no luck. Now, here is Harden. Lays it up off the glass. Greg, the 2 words you and I don't like the most in this game, load management. Why do we see more of it now than when you played in the game?
A couple of things. I think sports science has evolved, and I've talked to a ton of coaches about this. The reality is that now they don't determine whether or not a guy's going to play. It's going to be the people that work with the strength and conditioning. They determine if a guy is ready to go. Secondly, I would also say the contracts now, the investments that teams have in these assets, you want to try to prolong their careers as long as possible. And so I think it's a smart.
Are you kidding me?
Nasty. Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game.
Well, when you know it, you got to show it.
And there's the pass to Griffin. Back to Irving. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Leonard, the pass to Wilson, and he slams it one-handed.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot.
Oh,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
And the Miracle Man is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Stolen by Wilson. Tyler passes to Leonard. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the 2-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Outside Griffin. Pass to Irving. Oh, Griffin in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Well, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
Irving looking over the floor. 6 to shoot. From 18 feet away, another one falls for Brooklyn.
Irvin has the touch needed to do damage from just about anywhere, including from there.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area. You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
To the inside, it's deflected and stolen by Outlaw. Oh, here we go with Griffin. Nobody back there. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And that speed and athleticism of Griffin, a lethal combination when he's on the break. And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And there's a minute 45 left here in the opening quarter. Dinwiddie against Beal. Dinwiddie kicks to Bayless. And the three off target. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 6-point lead. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
That one falls.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
It's deflected. Griffin passes to Outlaw. Back to Griffin. Dinwiddie against Morant. Augustine. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Morant outside. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That is his first foul of the game. And here is Los Angeles now. 8-point game.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Knocked away. Beal with the steal. And here's the fast break. Beal leading the way. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And he makes both free throws.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Teardrop shot. And that one is off. The three from Morant. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And you have to credit their defense. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams.
As a team and as a unit, as a roster, we've had a lot.
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Morant is out there with Bradley Beal. And it's ABC, and there's money. It's Embiid, and at the center, filling out the middle.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And it's a completely new group.
Oh! Oh, man! And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up.
Yes, he does. That's what we call helium. Yeast rising and helium floating.
Scotty's checked in for Brooklyn. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Miracle Man, covered by Irving. Miracle Man, the pass to top. Whoa, that was a strong dunk.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Yeah, right. I don't know how much weight that carries.
From the top of the key, Irving, good. Irving's got his second bucket.
I got a question for you. How do you defend Irving in the pick and roll? He's so quick, and his ball handling is so good, absolutely, virtually impossible.
Here's Randall. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Randall's got 6.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat. And a physical presence is former Kentucky Wildcat Julius Randle. But he's got some mobility to go along with it, able to move and attack in transition.
Here's Irving. Passes it to Randall. Over Wilson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. You know, people have talked about Julius Randle's game. He's a power driver, isn't he, Greg? And the guy just bulldozes all the way in.
I like that phrase, Kev. You know, very fluid for his size. A pretty good ball handler and passer. I think his shooting is where he's still filling in the gaps.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue with the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. Outside Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Harden, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
It's good. Tyler's got 4 points in the quarter.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Nets trail by 18. To the middle. Here's Harden. Up and in on the layup.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Here's Miracle Man. Doesn't go for him. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
Los Angeles leading by 14. Here's Tyler, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Tyler's got 8 points.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Down low, stolen. Here's Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on James Harden. For Los Angeles, they have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Randall, and Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. No good from Irving.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court. As fast as you can.
Timeout called, the Nets. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance bucket. They can make a big difference.
A nice shot by Tyler.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Dinwiddie outside. A three-pointer off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 20. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
Boy, both ends of that play, guys, were fantastic.
1:04 left in the first half of the game. And the shot is good.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Moran finds Embiid. Outside for Beal. Embiid, the pass to Beal. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And when he first came into the league, Blake Griffin's dunking made headlines. And while I'm sure he enjoyed that, he was also eager to show that there was more to his game.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second, a nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
The Nets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. Los Angeles leading by 21. Morant dishes to Tyler. Outside for Beal. Off target from three-point range. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for the Nets. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. Outside Beal. Griffin with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Bayless leading the charge. 1 second left, and the slam by Blake Griffin.
And ever since entering the league, that's been one of Griffin's favorite ways to...
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson and guys for Los Angeles. Kenny, what was your impression?
Boy, it was rough down there in the paint, and they were just dominant, taking it to the rack. But that's what you have to be willing to do. Take the action.
And that'll do it.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Cowboy in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low, asserting his will. The defense has been helpless, unable to slow him down.
They've got Scott. Griffin is out there with Randall. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And he hits it. And gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
The Monsters checked in for Los Angeles. Outside Irving with the shot. Wilson grabs the board.
Boy, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
Here's Miracle Man.
Get it!
Just attacks the rim.
What a throwdown there, man.
Save that one. Boys, I'm going to want to see that a few times.
Oh, me too, right? Jaws on the ground all over this building.
I wonder how long he's worked on that. First, you got to think it up. Then you got to bring it to reality.
Shoots from the elbow. And the Nets miss again.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game.
Timeout.
Strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Timeout called, the Nets. Greg, if you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. That wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber. Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
They grab their own miss, and it goes down 2 points. 16 points for ABC.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted 3-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their 3-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Harden with it. 7 points in the game. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Harden draws the double. Here's Griffin. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
The Monster passes to Wilson. The Monster tips it back in. The Monster's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those. Doing all he can so far, but they still find themselves trailing.
Count the basket. The Monsters got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And now here comes Wilson leading the break, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. For Los Angeles, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good. And the Nets making a change here. Outlaws checked in. Tyler, he's checked in for Los Angeles. He hits both from the stripe. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Outlaw, the pass to Bayless. Trying to get open is Randall. Bayless's shot is off.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
And Cowboy is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Wade, he's checked in for Randall. Money's checked in for Los Angeles. Out to the right wing. Outlaw kicks to Wade. Clock at 6. Dinwiddie against Leonard, and the shot goes in.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
1:04 left here in the third quarter.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Leonard, the pass to Tyler. Wade brings the double team. A nice shot by Tyler.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Now here's Bayless. T right on him. Got a hand on it. And they're moving it up. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Count it. Good. Bayless has got his first bucket of the night. And Los Angeles guys shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. For Los Angeles, they have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9. First one falls for them.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
And the Nets making a change here. Griffin's checked in. Embiid, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Morant comes in for Leonard. And there's Augustine. That's good on the assist by Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Miracle Man, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one.
Well, guys, I'm glad they didn't try because I don't want anybody to get hurt out there.
And so it's Los Angeles, able to put on a show for the ages. The scoring at... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy. To go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Bradley Beal is out there with John Morant. And there's Money. And there's Bennett. And it's Embiid in at the 5, roaming the paint. ABC's checked in for Bennett. Augustine's gone 5 for 5 shooting here tonight. Money passes to ABC. And he makes that one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
It's a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback.
Always better to be lucky than good when it comes to offensive rebound. And unless you're as good as he is, then those tip-ins are all about skill.
And Embiid gets it to go.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Here's Sumner. It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
No doubt for me, the offense looks better in the second half. They've been able to dial down those turnovers, and that's been a huge help.
Scotty's checked in for the Nets. Outside, Beal. The 3 from Morant. Good. It's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got 3 assists now in this one. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Los Angeles.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this one.
To halt the run, Allen's shot is off. For Los Angeles, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Morant dishes to Embiid. Rob. Here's Sumner. Shoots it. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin. And I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right.
No, we don't do that. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Stolen by Wilson. Here's Miracle Man, and it's sent back by Allen. Here's Sumner, trying to find Knight and gets it to him. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
Oh, costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
Miracle Man, the pass to the monster.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Kicks it out to Allen. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Los Angeles. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Scott against Wilson. Scott can't get it to go.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Sumner. Knocked loose. Knight taking his time here. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Misses the three. And Los Angeles guys shooting a mind-boggling 79% off the floor.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Los Angeles.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
A two-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep.
That's a nice feeling. Get sweep, even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Miracle Man.
Well, I thought he was their catalyst tonight, guys. Moving the rock, actively looking to set other guys up. Outstanding work.
And the Nets making a change here. Bayless is checked in. .54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to Allen. Wade outside. Just 5 to shoot. Sumner. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Here's Miracle Man, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And Embiid has got the ball here for Los Angeles. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
The first one falls. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. And here is Los Angeles now. Here's Miracle Man, and there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Brooklyn.
2 shots, foul, 2.
And the first one drops. And so he hits both. Here's Sumner. And now they decide to foul intentionally. And he makes the first. Good on both. .12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. ABC and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. First free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so they choose to intentionally foul. That free throw good from Allen. That one misses. Here's Miracle Man. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't